So the first thing is we'll start by looking at a video.
कल गायब क्यों थी रे? ओए माँ, कल शाहरुख का फिल्म का फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो था ना? ऑसम। जब तुझे आना ही नहीं था तो बता के नहीं जा सकती थी। क्या है? फेसबुक में तो अपडेट दिए थे।
क्यों? गूगली खा गए ना? बिस्क फार्म गूगली, चौंकाने वाला स्वाद।
साहब ने तो लाइक करके लिखा भी, मिस यू।
Yeah. So googly, what was I trying to? I mean, what was the idea of showing the ad? If we go back to what Mr. Sunil Kataria was talking, he was talking about Bharat and India, and I think the point is, if you look at India, most of the people who access internet today are accessing it on mobile. They may be accessing it on other devices, but most of them do access internet on mobile. Yeah. So if I today use digital or mobile, I'm talking the same thing. We are at MMA. The other fact, which again has been spoken through the day, is the numbers are growing. And in today's scenario, look at the kind of growths. And again, Mr. Kataria talked about Bharat catching on with India, right? Apart from that, the numbers are growing, plus the people are spending more and more time on digital, right? Now, you as marketeers know it, no doubt. And if we look at two time periods here, the spends on digital have gone up. And we have looked at campaigns evaluated from 2012 to 18. And we have cut it at June 2016. That's the Jio effect. After June 2016, the cost of data on your mobile went down so much that India today is the country with the lowest cost of accessing data on mobile. And you see that the spends have gone up. These are average. Yes, they will be different by different categories, but also that the spends on digital, the digital contribution to impact on brand KPIs has increased. Yeah, so that's also working. That's a good thing to happen. So let's now come back to the Smarties, the awards that we'll be seeing today and the campaigns that have won the awards. I just want to share a bite from one of the jury members.
Very honest, I think we are in the world where we should talk a lot about cross media. I'm really happy that in the digital world really growing, people have started talking cross mobile integration. I think we are giving importance to this particular category and how people are going beyond one or two mediums in mobile, like video and display or the hygiene, the top two guys. We have gone beyond that and we have explored a lot of OTT platforms into it.
Yeah. So if we look at the winning campaigns last year versus this year, and we are in the world of cross media, and he was also talking about on digital, we are talking about various platforms within digital, not just it's the other media versus digital. And we see that nearly 2/3 of the winning campaigns have used multimedia, right? So coming back, if that's the context, what I'm going to do now is share a few learnings with you based on the analysis of the campaigns that are going to win awards tonight and the experience that we have in terms of brand and comms research and digital research. The first one, I think we have been talking about it through the day. I think the previous presentation also talked about rethink, reframe, reshoot, etc. So context. And maybe I'm giving a little different angle or spin to context now. So first of all, this is a global survey done with advertisers. So it's not done with consumers. This is a survey done with advertisers where they say they understand that it is important to create custom content. But what 1/3 of them are saying is they are not very clear about the impact of context on the creative executions, right? That's the data coming from advertisers. So what is context? Context is where your ad is, right? And what is around the ad. So it's the media environment in which you're putting your digital ad. It is also about the mood and the mindset of the consumer when he or she is interacting with the ad, right? So going back, a simple, again, these have been talked about, but if you look at two different contexts here, video and social, how do consumers interact with them? Request if you can play the video on the left. This is the only slide where I'll need that help. The left one under video. The left. Yeah.
You can skip this ad, but then
Volume.
you'll electrocute this puppy. for you. You just saved the puppy. And in the process, you cost Nail Communications about 50 cents. But that's all right with us. Because when we get the bill from YouTube for this ad, we'll donate the same exact amount to the ASPCA to save some more puppies. Click here so you can do the same.
Yeah, so when consumers are looking for videos, they are in a lean forward environment, right? They're looking for entertainment. You need to generate an emotional response to hold their attention, bring in the brand early, right? Versus when they are in a social context, right? Your ad is competing with their friends and family being there on the social context, right? They are in a lean back environment. They are looking for distractions to spend time. Yeah. So how do you now engage with them in a social context? Can we play the one on the right?
Oh.
Is anything happening?
I can't see you. You gotta tell me.
What's going on? This is a gift.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is an ad for contact lenses on a social media, right? What I'm saying here is exactly what was mentioned in the creative thumb stoppers that we saw in the afternoon. Yeah, get your brand in the first 3 seconds, get a surprise to start with, right? Don't rely on audio. So the way consumers interact and consume content is very different. The other part and the other angle to context is, one moment. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah. Is it important for us to look at category relevant sites? So what happens if we advertise on category relevant sites versus non-category relevant sites, right? Is there a question on there? Now what we are looking at is 2 sets of data. One on the left is on awareness, and we are looking at 2 categories there, automotive and entertainment. What it is showing is if the objective of the campaign is to build awareness, whether you advertise on sites related to the category or not, it doesn't make a big impact. But if your objective of the campaign is to get purchase intent, the category context plays a very important role, right? And it's logical that if I am a car advertiser, I will put my ad on an automotive site. But again, going back, if you're driving lower funnel, you need to be on category sites. Even if they have little inventory, it is costlier, it makes sense if your objective is lower funnel. But if your objective is top funnel, you can go across. You might still get the same brand impact, and you can actually save money by going across category context sites, right? So context, again, coming in a different way. Native, I think ByteDance, in that presentation, we saw going native. Gen Z is native. You create content which doesn't disrupt their experience, and more than 50% of the winning entries used native content in the Smarties, right? So that's one part again
Missing
related to context. One example
translated
of
into our campaign idea,
going native.
Missing Eye.
Is it stuck?
We created a multimedia innovation built on the thought of #MissingEye to depict that missing eye is the missing iodine. For creating awareness, we took the first source of information, that is news. On Hindustan Times, for the first time ever, we recreated the front page of the newspaper on the back page with missing eye on their masthead, an entire edit copy communicating our message. On Republic TV, all super headlines have the letter I missing from the headlines. We took this idea on TOI Online, where the letter I was removed from the logo with a roadblock of ads on the homepage dedicated to create awareness about iodine deficiency. World Iodine Deficiency Day coincided with a match day, which got leading cricket personalities Harsha Bhogle and Gautam.
I'll just skip in the interest of time, but the fact is native kind of formats work a lot. Yeah. Can we? Yeah. Also, we heard about this in more than one presentation today through the day. Talk the consumer's language, right? And we saw about half the entries had vernacular campaigns, the winning entries. Yeah. The second part that we are going to is synergy. Okay. And when we talk about media today, it's not about either or. Do I do offline versus online, or even within an online, do a platform A versus platform B. If you want to make real value, get real value for your media money, it is always about and, right? Now, when you do multimedia campaigns, the most important thing we have seen is the synergies that you have across the media actually make 1/3 of the returns you get from those campaigns, right? This number is 32 for India, globally it's 29. So synergy plays an important role. So when we are thinking about synergy, what are we talking about? The first is the synergy between the media you use. And we have data which shows that there are certain media which have good synergies across them. And actually, if they help in your strategy, you should use those media. So for example, these are the medias which have very good synergy. So TV, online video and social make a very strong triangle. So the synergies start by looking at the touch points which have great synergy between them. And the second part is again synergy between the content that you are airing. So if you're looking at 3 numbers, the first number is where you have a multimedia campaign but it is not integrated. So let's take that impact as 100, right? Now if you are actually running a campaign where even you are running the TV ad online, so you have an integrated campaign, but it is still not customized to the media you are in, which means you have not done what Gunit was talking about. You still get 1.3 times the impact. If you now run an integrated campaign and also customize it to the platforms that you are using, the impact goes up to about 1.5 times, 1.6 times. So you see, for the same money, you get a lot of returns. Context is again coming into synergy. So synergy and context both playing a role here, right? So that works. The third point is about experience and engagement. Again, talk through the day. Let's listen to a bite from one of our jury members.
Rare actually through the day to really come across where the full power of a mobile device was used, and it was especially in a place where you could really leverage things like AR or a VR or a lens.
So mobile as a device itself, when you are using it, we talked about voice. People have forgotten that you can use voice on mobile, right? Or you can use location-based services if they are smartphones. You can use the lens. So we saw about half the winning entries have used full potential of what mobile offers in their campaigns, right? That's one thing, using all mobile capabilities. There's an example here.
Our solution, presenting Ace of Space, the mobile game. 3 avatars stuck in a mobile screen with the walls caving in. And how do you save them? Users had to enable mobile mic access, which activated the voice detecting AR technology embedded into the microsite.
Hey! Blow into the mic and keep these walls from crushing us!
बस यार, बचा ले तू!
फूंक मारना यार!
And to keep them engaged, the avatars would communicate with the user in a quirky, interesting manner. One slip up and the walls came crashing in. The users were huffing and puffing their way to killer MTV goodies. Innovative banners and social media posts were beamed to several TG Affinity platforms. This resulted in a massive number of people blowing away into their mobile phones at every turn. With a reach of 23 million, 4,39,000 microsite visits, over 38,000 gameplays, running into 2,900 minutes and counting, that resulted in a 1.41% TV rating. This campaign turned out to be a hit, helping the game create its due space in the minds of people.
Yeah, this is a media channel using the mobile capabilities, right? The second part on experience and engagement is personalize, right? We all talk that about 45% of the winning entries actually had campaigns which engaged the consumers and actually gave them user experience. Now, mobile being a personal device, there is always a value exchange between the consumer and the brand. Because you are intruding into their media experience, what is it that you can give back? And our research has shown that the consumers are looking for a lot of things. Whether they are looking for latest product news, they are looking for deals and coupons. So based on your objective, there is an exchange that the brand can do with consumers on being intrusive to their experience and actually providing something back to them. The 3 learnings that we have on this is 1, be tangible, give them tangible value. 2nd, be very interactive with them. And 3rd is respect the consumers. Don't do any complex things which drain their battery, use their data a lot or use their time a lot. Yeah? But there is an exchange always between the brand and consumer which helps you to reach out to them and engage with them. Again, looking at the winners of tonight, 50% of them used interactive campaigns and about 24% used the mobile location targeting apps, in terms of reaching the consumers and providing them experience. The 4th one is about creating balance. Now, what do I mean by creating balance? We know that the channels, the platforms, the formats keep multiplying. We had a new platform coming in this year. Next year, there will be 2 more new platforms or more than that coming up here. So there are also Digital has brought in various performance metrics to measure what is happening, right? But are they the right metrics to measure in terms of the impact on brand? We should know the right metrics to measure where your campaigns are impacting the brand, and we have seen that clicks actually do not correlate to the brand performance, right? That's one part. We also asked marketeers what kind of measurement they currently do on digital. And there's a mix of short-term and long-term, but it is skewed towards more short-term brand performance metrics today. And there is a way one can do a balance between measuring the performance, yes, but also keeping an eye on the long-term brand development and the metrics that help us understand that the brand is growing, right? We also saw that about 3/4 of the campaign, winning campaigns, used metrics beyond clicks and actually have come back and measured the success of that campaign. Yeah, so that's one part. So coming back, very short analysis of the winning campaigns and some learnings from us. Context matters. We heard it through the day across presentations. Second, synergy gives you more bang for your buck on media, right? Third, use experience and engagement. There's an exchange value between brand and the consumer. And 4th, measure the right metrics and actually create balance between long-term and the short-term performance metrics. That's what I had for today. Thank you.